What is up, guys? It's Jason from the Lock Talk, and let's talk some more locks. We got another big MLB baseball playoff game. The LA Dodgers against the New York Mets. We're back in New York. Let's talk about this game today, man. And before I go off, show me some support, man. We've been dropping some absolute gems. I've been very consistent on the YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a like for the YouTube algorithm, and if you leave a comment, you always have a chance to win a free daily card, so always remember that. And then also, guys, I say it all the time, check that pinned comment down below. I got something special for everyone who always been showing love. I always want to do it, so just go to that pinned comment. You got something for you guys right there. But all right, guys, let's start this game off. Interesting game because obviously we've seen them play already. I mean, it's not too much more knots. I got to keep on going about these games and these teams, but the truth is, I mean, these are all tough games to call. Yesterday, how did we do in MLB in premium? I had Tanner Bybee over 3.5 hits allowed at -140. That cashed. And then also we had the Yankees run line first 5 innings, -110. That was a winner. In my video yesterday, I did say I liked the over. I liked the Yankees first 5. I mentioned that I thought the game overall to bet aside was tough. Yankees obviously ended up winning, covering the run line. Thought there was still value with the Guardians. They had that game close. 3-2 was up for them to win. Garrett Cole almost blew that game for all of us. So, hey, at the end of the day, I'm glad we got a 2-0 sweep in premium, and I'm looking to go do it again. I do think there's some good props in this game, just like the last game. But let's talk about the game and where my thoughts are. So, in general, this game, the line did change a lot. So, let's go just talk about that in general. So, I'm just going to click into this. Let's see. So the line actually did go from LA, let's see, LA Dodgers -105. The Mets were the favorite, and now the Dodgers are the favorite at -110. I think it even got a little bit worse than that, but clearly it looks like there's a lot of money going on to the Dodgers. That's what it looks like. Obviously, people are pushing the money all over in the Dodgers, and I kind of get it. Severino doesn't have the best history against this Dodgers team. Guys like Ohtani, guys like, Mookie. Severino, I mean, let's see. We take a look at Severino, his stats against some of these guys. Look at Will Smith, Mookie Betts, Edelman. Teoscar hasn't done that well. Ohtani, 500. Some of these guys I've seen him multiple times. Mookie Betts, I've seen him 15 times. Hernandez, 11, 6 times for Ohtani. So, I mean, Severino's a contact pitcher, so he definitely has his work cut out for him. Obviously, he's been trying to change things up this year with trying to strike guys out, get guys with some whiffs. But nonetheless, I mean, that's what has happened in this game. I mean, obviously, the Dodgers got their butts whooped last game. I did say, they smoked them the first game. Dodgers 9-0, then 7-3. So it's interesting to see what will happen. Also, I would also say this as well. On the Mets side, Walker Buehler, for how terrible I've said he's been, if you look at some of my past videos, he's actually done okay against some of these Mets players. I mean, just take a look at those averages. I mean, let's see. Alonso, pretty good against him. Lindor has done very well. Only 2 plate appearances, though. But Alonso, I've seen him 14 times. McNeil, not great. Bader, not great. Marte, 6 times. .33 is pretty good. And Winker has done pretty good. 15 times. .267, but Buehler has actually done okay against some of these Mets pitchers. So, it's not like I think, a lot of people I think automatically just said, okay, like Buehler's trash, 1-6 record, high ERA, and Severino is a little bit better. People, I think immediately, I guess the books had it where they had the Mets as the favorite. They're at home, which, they definitely play a little bit better at home for sure. So, we'll see, though. But I just wanted to give that information on how the line has moved. Mets opened up as favorites. Now the Dodgers are the favorites for this game. So kind of like it's a tough game. Again, kind of very similar. I mean, they have a pretty high total, 7.5. I've seen even as high as 8, but this line has also moved around. The reason why this line has been moving so much is simply because the weather's, I wouldn't say it's not bad in terms of it's raining or anything. I'm looking out my window right now. It's very sunny outside, but it's cold, very cold. It's around 50 degrees, 40 degrees, and the wind is blowing in Citi Field. Citi Field is actually, I think, more of a pitcher-friendly ballpark in some instances, but especially when it's cold and the wind's blowing in. So, sometimes people might think automatically It's runs, runs, runs. Given, you have Severino, who doesn't have the best history against the Dodgers. He can give up contact. And then Buehler is also garbage, in my opinion. But, I mean, he's done okay. So, the over, everyone's on the over. The line was even as high as 8, like I said. And no one's really on the under. This game, so let's cut to the chase. Where do I lean in this game? So, I think for the whole game, it's tough, bro. I don't like Buehler. I mean, he's had pretty good history against his Mets team. Obviously, this is the playoffs, so it's a little bit different. Severino, same thing, man. I mean, he's had some good history, some bad history. I mean, it's a tough game, bro. I think if I was to really kind of cap this game, I do think, the Mets might have a slight advantage, even though, they're coming off, obviously, a good win. They're back at home. I do think they can get to Walker Buehler, even though he's had some decent history against them. And then on the same side, I do think Severino could probably give up some runs. If I was to lean in over-under, it's hard because I think the pitchers, they can give up runs, but with the weather being so bad and not very favorable for hits, I think this over-under is going to get very close. It also depends on this bullpen. Obviously, the Dodgers have managed this bullpen very, very well. I wouldn't say the bullpen and the Dodgers got blown up the last game because it really was just 1 or 2 innings where they gave up all those runs, and the bullpen kind of to a lesser extent, limited further action. And the Dodgers have been managing the bullpen very well. So it's a tough game. I think, it's great that to pick them. So no matter what side you're on, it's all good. But I do think the books had it right in the beginning. I think the Mets win this game. I think they're just I would lean on, especially if it's plus money. I mean, look, I understand the argument on both sides. I wouldn't blame you if you took the Dodgers. I do think they can get to Severino, but I also think that the Mets can get to Buehler and this bullpen. Mets will have probably everyone available, Edwin Diaz, etc., etc. So I think their bullpen will be good. Who has the bullpen edge? I think the Mets might have a slight one, but hey, look, again, like I said in the last video on this game, I think the Dodgers have been managing their bullpen very, very well. So I think there's some props you could look at. Obviously, I'm gonna have to keep some things for premium, but for the video's sake, I will lean with the Mets on the money line. I think you get the money line right now at plus 100, minus 105. Obviously, ESPN Bet looks to have the best line right now. Other than that, FanDuel slightly better. Don't bet it, obviously, in BetMGM. That line looks fucking garbage. But hey, let's go do it, man. Mets up. Let's go see if we get a Subway Series. I'm not giving this out because I want to see a Subway Series, but I do think the Mets, I think they're the side. Being at home, they got the momentum. Severino's not my favorite pitcher to back. I think, again, Dodgers can get to him, but I also think this Mets team can get to Buehler and that bullpen as well. An over-under, I'm not in love with this total just because of the way the weather looks, but I'll be honest, man. I think even with all the things I said about the weather and shit, I do think there could be some runs. I'm looking very public with that type of bet. Obviously, I think it's a very, very tough over. I think this over-under is right at the mark. I think I have projections for this game to be 7 runs, 7 point something. Obviously, you can't have half a run, a quarter of a run. So I think this over-run is going to be around 7 runs, and we'll see maybe a lower scoring game versus the other games. So my eye test says over, but I didn't even have to make a bet. I'll go contrarian on this game too. I'll say the under 7.5. I think it's going to be a low scoring game given the weather and a host of other things I just mentioned. But again, guys, look, if you guys do want to tap in, hit that pin comment down below. Go to that description. Get yourself a deal. We have WNBA as well. We've been red hot in WNBA, 29-12 so far this season. That's over a 71% hit rate, over 41 games. So my sample size is big enough for you guys to realize that we've been actually killing it. And we got an NBA season pass coming up. NBA is back next week. And if you guys know me from my beginning of my YouTube and kind of what I've been doing on Instagram, we've been absolutely killing basketball, whether it's men's or women's. So definitely tap in. And guys, nonetheless, good luck and hope to see you on the next one, man. Let's go kill them.